Okay, welcome back to the next video here. I'm just giving a quick spectator flyby to really just show the quick changes of anything that's kind of progressed build-wise. As you can see, there's a few more structures I've put up throughout the village. These are mostly just for housing villagers. So we've got a little shack for Fletchers, we got our toolsmith there, and we've got ourselves some new farms going on here. This is mostly just going to be for cows, and I'll get pigs in there later. Kind of a fun showcase there. And an entrance for a mine. This is mostly just bubble columns. It goes straight down. Haven't really done anything in there yet, but we'll might be using that in the future. Anyways, moving on to a little bit more showcase specifically. We got our villagers showing off, just a few librarians here. I got some nice books, I guess. Infinity was really cheap, so I was actually pretty happy with having that. The mending, I wish I could have had it better, but I mean, I've had times where mending's almost a stack after spending hours, so I'm okay with 30. It's an okay cost. We also had a few losses in the village. My toolsmith became a zombie villager, so we're gonna have to wind up getting some brewing stands set up to cure him. But unfortunately, the Fletcher became a witch. Funny how that turns out. Struck by lightning. You know how it is. Easy fix is just going to be getting a little bit of a lightning rod up here. That should protect them from around 64 to either 128 blocks, I think, something like that. And then after all of that was settled, my next goal is to head to the nether, get some blaze rods, and that way we can get our brewing stand going and get our zombie villager cured. Okay, so I've been going through the nether quite a bit here, and I've had this big path, and I have a bunch of other bits just really exploring off in the direction. I'm wrapping all the way around different spots. And I finally found a fortress, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna just try to make one cleaner path to get there, and I believe, yeah, it should be right here, and then we can just run right up against here. It's about 600 blocks in that direction. So I started heading off and just tunneling through the nether. I brought a lot of supplies with me, and I was prepared to pretty much eat through the entire pickaxe. As I said before, the fortress that I wound up finding was somewhere between 600 blocks away. I was just gonna have to dig the whole way over. That way I would at least have a safer path, at least on the way back, and also anytime I want to get back there in the future, it would hopefully take a lot less time. Now, the funny part was that as I was going through this, I did run into some really, really wild stuff. Look at this. Alright, so let's just try to get around them. I don't think they can get back up here. I think they're stuck. So effectively what just happened here was we had all of them were just stuck in this pit here, and I got to loot these chests for free. I mean, there wasn't that much in there, and I wasn't too daring to start exploring the rest of the bastion, but I'll take free stuff, you know? And while the rest of this clip just plays out, I did wind up losing the footage I had of actually getting to the fortress, so unfortunately you don't get to see that and my horrific flinchiness from seeing anything alive. But I was able to get some blazes and killed them, got some wither stuff, no skulls from those. But that did happen, believe me. You'll see I actually have stuff in this next one. Well, the recording didn't save properly, but did get to the fortress, just made it back. And we got a pretty decent haul. More specifically, got my blaze rods, but I even got the golden apple that I'm going to be needing for this villager already as well. So, we at least got that. Alright, brewing stand. That has been made. And I will need a gunpowder to make it a splash potion. Let's go ahead and put a hopper on top. So that way we can just slap all of our ingredients in order, and it should automatically start the gunpowder. Get this going. Hello, buddy. Got myself that, but should be good in a pretty short while. All right, and I think the last thing I want to showcase just before I kick everything off is I did finally find my neighbor. He's located all the way down here, and this is his portal. I did find that out. So it's a little bit more visible now. He's got a house and some sugarcane set up, but we're actually going to take a land route over here real quick to show some other stuff. He's got a little bit of a building he's set up in the village next to our logging operation here. It's just a big storage hut for all of our wood supplies. So what I'm going to have to do is whenever I knock down these buildings eventually, we'll wind up incorporating this much more into the flow of everything. Right now, there's not really much going on in here. All these chests are empty. But we've been doing a lot of logging, trading with our villagers to get emeralds, and I'll definitely be doing this just for getting actual wood supplies for much bigger builds later on. But if we head over here towards his house, and give a quick showcase of that. Not too much going on here. He's got this big chasm in here, and you can actually kind of see there's an underside of his house that can kind of see the whole thing. And then obviously over here we have our two little huts here. We've got his villagers set up here, some little fletchers for getting emeralds, and his actual house structure. I'm not going to go too much into this, just kind of go quick showcase of all of the different rooms. Got a big mine shaft over there. Nice enchanter that he's beaten me to. And look at this view, little ravine. I believe he said he was going to build something in here, kind of light it up and make it look cool. That'll be really nice, and just a lot of storage. Heading back up now, definitely, and the last thing to showcase is what's going to come in the future. Got this big staircase going all the way down there. Now, if you can imagine that extending all the way down until bedrock, it actually reaches underneath the village, where he's got a passive light mob farm, in which case he is utilizing the fact that because he's all the way down at bedrock, he's going to get some really good spawn rates. And once that's all finished, and he's probably on to give a quick showcase of it all, I'll capture that on camera for all of that. But with that, that's pretty much all the changes for today. I am probably going to build a new Fletcher stand, but I did delete the old one, just tore it all down. Probably just going to build a much more secure, bigger one, and have, a little bit more capacity in there. But that's probably either going to be between episodes or, well, the future of next. All right, that's it.